In the last video, we set up and printed this orthographic projection in a layout space. Now, this is our inch drawing, and we're going to do the same for a metric drawing. But before we do that, I want to show you how we can switch back between layout and model space, and the fact that the things we put in layout space don't show up in model space. So we put the title block here in layout space, and when we click on the model tab, so we don't see them. We can do anything here, and it doesn't affect what's in layout space. Alright, so go ahead and open up the file called Orthometric Student 2018. We're going to draw a rectangle to verify that this is indeed a metric drawing, and we're going to draw it so that it fits our limits. So the first corner is 0, 0. We're going to do dimensions, and it's going to be 297 by 210. All right, so you can kind of see the rectangle here. So that is our paper or our limits. And we're going to do the same thing. Get into layout space, zoom all, and you can see that AutoCAD added a viewport border for us, and we're going to set up the page. So layout, page setup, modify, choose my printer. We're going to plot on a size paper A4. We're going to plot the layout. We're going to scale 1 to 1. Landscape, and we're going to plot monochrome and set up our pen widths just like we did before. 0.6 if it's not already there, 0.45 for the blue if it's not already there, and 0.3 if it's not already there. So the thing with colors and pen widths, it doesn't save with the file. So if you save a file and you think you've saved the pen widths, it doesn't. It's saved on the computer or in the program. So I open this up and it's my program, so I know my pen widths are always going to be there. But if you're working in a computer lab and you change computers, that other computer might not have the same pen widths saved. So it's always a good idea to go in and check your pen widths every time. Alright, so we'll go okay there. Our page is set up, and we're going to insert our title block. So we'll insert, recent, and we'll grab our, let me highlight so you can see that, our A4 title block. And we're not going to do anything with those down there. And again, we're going to insert it so it's just almost but not touching the dotted printable area line. And zoom all, close out of the block. All right, so again, almost but not quite fitting the printable area. So I will scale that. Put my snap on. I'll try the same, 1.01. Not bad. All right, next thing, I'm going to move my viewport border out. I'll take my snaps off because it likes to snap to things. And I'll move it out here. And at the same time, with it selected, I'm going to change my scale to 1:1. And then get out of the viewport border by hitting the escape key. Alright, so we're almost there. We need to move our views. So I'm going to double click inside the viewport border and move my views. And I'm going to put my ortho on. So I'll move these two views. And it looks like I'm going to move all of the views a little bit to the right and move my right view a little bit to the left. There we go. So we have our views. And I'm going to double click outside the viewport border, and then I'm going to turn the viewport border off. But this is my current layer, so I'm going to make my current layer visible, and then I will turn the viewport border off. Oh, I didn't put my viewport on my viewport layer. There we go. Yes. All right, so now you can't see the viewport border, and we can explode our title block and edit the text in there. So DD edit. All right, so we have the title is angle block, drawing number is 123, sheet 1 of 1, finish all over, material aluminum, and make sure you have your drafting initials in there, the date, and that's it. The sheet size is A4, that's already in there. So I'll zoom all. Oh, I'm still in my, I didn't want to do that. So my views moved when I did zoom all. So that told me that I'm still in, and you can see I'm scrolling my wheel. I am in my model space. So that's not good. So I need to get, I double clicked to get out of my model space, and there goes. I don't know how I got in. Oh, probably by clicking on the text or double clicking off of the text got me in my model space. So how do we fix that? Now I'm not at a scale of 1:1 and my viewport border is gone. I can't click on it. Well, that's why we don't delete it, we just turn it off. So I'm going to turn my viewport layer back on, click on it, fix the scale, double click inside, pan my drawings, double click outside, and then turn them off again. So you never want to delete your viewport border, so that was a good lesson. Never want to delete the viewport border because you never know when you're going to need it again. Alright, so let's see what our plot looks like. So we already set up the page, so everything should be good, and we'll preview it. And there we go. There's our metric version. All the pen widths are looking nice. Everything in the title block's good. close it down, and then you can plot. I'll just cancel. Alright, so that's a little bit about plotting in the layout. So this whole tutorial was kind of long, but we learned a lot of things. Alright.